You ever notice how the woman who treats you the worst somehow becomes the one you think about the most? The one who replies whenever she feels like it, who keeps you hanging without saying yes or no, who gives you tiny drops of affection but never enough to quench your thirst. And somehow, instead of walking away, you get pulled deeper. You start checking your phone more, you overthink her silence, you wait for a message that probably won't come. And you tell yourself this is connection, but deep down you know it's not. It's something darker, something psychological, something engineered from how your brain works. Because the truth is brutal. You don't fall for the woman who treats you right. You fall for the one who treats you like an option. It begins quietly. She gives you attention in fragments. A random compliment on Monday, nothing on Tuesday. A cold reply on Wednesday. A flirty message on Friday night when she's bored, then complete silence on Saturday. She doesn't reject you, but she never chooses you either. She keeps you suspended in this gray zone where nothing is real, but everything feels possible. And your mind? It goes into survival mode. Because uncertainty is the most addictive emotional state known to humans. When things are predictable, your brain relaxes. When things are clear, your emotions settle. But when someone gives you affection and withdrawal, closeness and distance, warmth and cold, your brain enters a reward-seeking frenzy. You become addicted not to the person, but to the unpredictability they create. It's the same psychology that casinos use. If you win every time, you get bored. If you lose every time, you quit. But if you win sometimes randomly, unpredictably, your dopamine spikes so hard that your brain gets rewired. She becomes your emotional slot machine. You don't know when she'll pull you in or push you away, and that unpredictability becomes irresistible. You keep chasing the next hit, the next message, the next moment where she gives you just enough to keep you alive. She is not offering love. She is offering intermittent validation, and that is 10 times more addictive than love, but it gets even darker. The less she gives, the more valuable you think she is. Scarcity creates illusion. When affection is rare, it feels special. When communication is minimal, it feels meaningful. When she pulls away, you feel compelled to pull closer. You mistake scarcity for value, distance for depth, inconsistency for mystery. Your brain magnifies the importance of whatever is hard to get. That's why you chase her, not because she's better, not because she's the one, but because she is the only one who made you feel unsure. And uncertainty is the spark that ignites obsession. But beneath the emotion, beneath the obsession, beneath the chase, there is something even more personal happening. Your ego is on the line. You're not just trying to win her affection. You're trying to win back the version of yourself that feels rejected. She made you question your worth even slightly. And the moment your ego feels challenged, your desire turns into a mission. You tell yourself it's love, but it's not love. It's a need to resolve the psychological tension she created. She sold you a problem and made you addicted to the idea of solving it. This is why the woman who treats you well often doesn't excite you. She gives you clarity, certainty, predictability. She answers your messages. She shows care. She makes herself emotionally available. But your brain is wired to chase thrills, not peace, especially if you've been conditioned by past chaos. Calm feels boring when your nervous system is used to emotional turbulence. So the kind woman feels too easy, too simple, too stable. You're not rejecting her, you're addicted to the emotional pattern that made you feel alive. The highs and lows, the sweet and sour, the hot and cold. But here's the twist you don't want to hear. The woman who treats you like an option is not powerful, she is insecure. She needs multiple sources of validation to feel in control. She uses attention as currency. She pushes you away not because she is independent, but because she's terrified of depending on anyone. So she keeps a roster. She keeps her options open. She stays distant because closeness exposes her. And you become one of the options she rotates whenever she needs a little ego boost. But she will never commit. She will never choose. Because choosing requires vulnerability, and she is allergic to vulnerability. And yet you stay. You hope. You chase. Because deep down you believe that if you can win her over, it will prove something about you. That you're worthy. That you're enough. That you can fix what she's breaking. You think the problem is you. But the problem is the game. The psychological trap, the emotional unpredictability that rewired your sense of desire. So here's the truth you need to swallow raw. You don't want her. You want the feeling she withholds. You want the validation she never gives. You want the certainty she refuses to provide. You're chasing a wound, not a woman. And as long as you chase the one who treats you like an option, you will always feel like one. But the moment you walk away from the unpredictable, the inconsistent, the half-interested, everything changes. Your brain resets. Your ego heals. Your self-worth stops depending on someone's random attention patterns. And suddenly, the women who treat you right feel different. Not boring, not predictable, just healthy, just real, just clear. The one who treats you like an option only has power as long as you keep choosing her. The moment you choose yourself, the spell breaks, the addiction ends, the game collapses. And the woman who once felt like a prize becomes exactly what she always was, just another person who didn't know how to show love. And you? You finally stop chasing pain disguised as passion. You finally stop mistaking chaos for chemistry. You finally stop thinking the one who ignores you is the one meant for you. Because now you see the truth. The one who treats you like an option was never your destiny. She was your lesson.